Life doesn't owe you anything. Not meaning, not happiness, not clarity. You're born and that's it. No welcome letter, no map, no explanation. You open your eyes one day and you're here. And what do you do from that moment on? That's on you. See, most people live as if someone's going to come along and explain everything. What their purpose is, who they're supposed to be, what path they can take. But no one's coming, not with answers, not with a plan, and definitely not to save you. And that's not depressing, that's liberating, because it means you're not locked into anyone's story but your own. You're not here to fulfill someone else's expectations, but you do have to get serious about that. You have to stop outsourcing your direction. You have to stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping life will magically click into place. It won't. Life doesn't click. It resists. And you carve through it by choice, by will, by clarity. The truth is, most people are terrified of clarity because clarity demands action, and action means risk. You might fail. You might get judged. You might lose comfort, lose people, lose the identity you built to survive. But what's the alternative? To play it safe? To chase a default dream? Do what you're told? Be who they expect? And live in the same loop and call it a life? Too many people do that. They trade freedom for familiarity, authenticity for approval, and curiosity for comfort. And then they wonder why they feel hollow. So you're not here to feel safe. You're here to see clearly, to make choices that matter, to build something real and own it. Not just when it's pretty, not just when it works, but when it's hard. And when it isn't interested in your excuses. It doesn't care if your parents didn't love you the way they should have, that school was unfair, that you got hurt, betrayed, underestimated. Those things are real, but they are not a life sentence. Pain is part of the equation. So is chaos. So is failure. So stop running from it. Start learning from it. You want meaning? Don't wait for it. Create it. Meaning doesn't show up fully formed. It's built through effort, through choosing something and sticking to it long enough to matter. Your values, your discipline, your self-respect, those things aren't found. They're forged. And you forge them by doing hard things, by staying when it's easier to quit, by telling the truth when lying would keep the peace, by taking ownership when it would be easier to blame. You think wisdom is some peaceful or gentle thing, but it's not. Wisdom is learned and earned in silence, through mistakes, through self-reflection, through years of doing what most people avoid. You want to be wise? Then stop numbing out. Stop filling your time with noise. Put the phone down. Sit with your thoughts. Ask the questions that scare you. Who am I really? What do I want? Outside of validation, what am I running from? What pain have I refused to deal with? This is the work, and the part that nobody posts about. This is where your life actually starts. Not in the achievement, not in the aesthetics, and not in the applause. It's in the moment you stop lying to yourself. The moment you realize the world isn't holding you back. You are. So ask yourself, why are you still playing small? What story are you still clinging to because it feels safer than the unknown? What dream have you talked about for years but still haven't started? If that stings, it should. Truth is not supposed to feel cozy. It's supposed to wake you up. And this, right now, might be your moment. So you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Because clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from it. You move, you stumble, you adjust, you get sharper, and eventually you become someone who doesn't need a map. You become the kind of person who builds their own road. The kind of person who looks at the unknown and walks toward it anyways. Not because you're fearless, but because you know what's at stake. Your own life. Your one life. Your one chance to do something that matters to you. So stop wasting it, trying to be liked, trying to be impressive, trying to be normal. You're not here to impress people who don't even know themselves. You're here to know yourself and to live like it's enough, because it is. And once you accept that, when you stop asking the world for permission to be who you already are, you win. But not at once, not with fireworks, but quietly, undeniably, and forever.